Then she met with Ross and they concluded the only way to stop World War III was to put a fascist in charge of Russia. They started a coup through the nation and their candidate quickly gained power, but during a speech he got shot and soon the missiles fell again. At the party, George missed Sarah again. Archie and Sarah kept on trying many different plans, but they all failed and the missiles always fell in the end. They also had to keep breaking up with their significant others. At the same time, George kept on missing Sarah at the party. Eventually Ross confessed to Archie that the one time their plan worked was when she got shot, yet he still triggered the loop to bring her back. Archie called him out for being selfish, so this time he replayed the plan alone by bringing an explosive to a restaurant with the right politicians. Archie had to watch how he was shot before the explosion, which finally stopped the war. Then she begged Wes to reset time to save Ross, but Wes refused. At that same time in the USA, George and Sarah got to meet and properly start a relationship. In the present, Shiv and George go to see Dennis in the organization's basement. Dennis claims he doesn't know where the warhead is because the time reset has caused Lazarus to capture him before he received it. Then Dennis starts telling George that Lazarus tortures people to get them to confess and how the organization sacrifices lives to stop death. He thinks the world has wanted to end for a while and that Lazarus is essentially cheating, so his mission is just letting the inevitable happen. Moments later, George gets a call telling him Sarah has died. He rushes to the hospital and has a breakdown when he sees her. Finally snapping, George decides to visit Dennis again and agrees to follow what he has to say. In 2017, Lazarus agent Janet took a test and discovered she was pregnant. The father was Dennis, who was still working for the organization then. 2 weeks before the July 1st, Janet gave birth to a healthy baby boy. Unfortunately, a few hours before the checkpoint, China threatened to launch an attack with chemical weapons. Janet rushed to the office to beg Wes to try harder, but Wes informed her they tried everything and they had no choice. As Janet had a breakdown, the loop was triggered and Janet woke up in bed with a pregnant belly. Eventually Janet gave birth again, but this time the child was a girl. A year passed without issues, but unfortunately summer